Hello everyone. Today is January 15th, 2024, Monday at 12:42. Let's briefly discuss today's Forex market. Last Friday, the net profit was around $11,000, and the current net value is $745,000. The market on Friday saw a substantial rise in both gold and crude oil, although there was a pullback later in the evening. Yesterday, regarding gold, I entered a long position around the 2040 before it broke through this level and later closed the position as it moved upward. As for crude oil, I also chased the breakout to new highs yesterday. These two trades were influenced by the overall dynamic and the strong upward trend in the financial markets, driven in part by local factors and the Friday effect. As a Forex trader with expertise in various Forex-related terms, I'm here to assist you. If you have more information or specific content to translate, feel free to provide it. Now, let's talk about today's market. First, let's take a look at the US dollar index. The US dollar is currently consolidating, and the market lacks a clear direction. In this consolidation phase, there are typically two possible trends, an upward move or a downward move after consolidation. Given the current trend, I believe there is a higher probability of a downward move after consolidation. Therefore, my perspective on the US dollar is to sell on rallies. I consider this a dominant theme, and I'm looking to short the US dollar around the 102.5 level. I see a high probability of a downward movement for the US dollar, and I'm inclined to take a bearish stance. As for gold, let's continue discussing the early market movements. Gold has shown a significant rise since the morning. Looking at the daily chart, the upward trend in gold is clear and well-defined. The pattern involves pullbacks, consolidations, and clear upward movements. The current upward trend has already been established. In this scenario, the key question is whether gold, in its upward movement, can break the previous high point around 2080. Short-term prospects for gold suggest a continuation of the upward trend with a potential target of 2080 or even 2100. For intraday trading, the strategy is to buy on dips. The ideal buying position would be a pullback to around 2040. But in reality, 2040 has already been revisited during the previous night. Therefore, it is less likely for gold to drop back to 2040 and more probable to continue upward movement above that level. A reasonable target for gold could be set around 2054 with a symbolic level around 2045. The overall outlook for gold is to buy on a pullback, particularly around the 2045 level. Regarding crude oil, on Friday, it experienced a high and then retraced, closing with a long wick. The current trend can be interpreted in two ways: a bullish or a bearish pattern. It's essential not to judge solely based on the appearance of a bullish candle, as there's a phenomenon known as the hanging man, which may not necessarily indicate a downtrend. Considering the recent price action, there's a slight bias towards further upside movement. Particularly, the 4-hour trend shows a clear upward trajectory. Despite the possibility of a deeper pullback, the overall outlook suggests a continuation of the upward trend with the potential to challenge the previous high. For personal trading strategies, buying on a pullback around 71.8 is considered. It's important to acknowledge the potential downside risk, but given the clarity of the upward trend, there's a preference for considering long positions on pullbacks. For the euro, analyzing the daily chart reveals a consolidating pattern, indicating a potential for an upward movement. The current stance is to consider buying on dips. This morning, the euro initiated an upward rebound from its current position. If there's a further decline later today, the probability of another rebound to the upside diminishes. There are two likely scenarios for the afternoon. First, the euro may experience a minor pullback, finding support slightly higher than the previous position and then proceeding upward. The second scenario involves a breakthrough to the downside followed by a subsequent upward movement. The third scenario, where it would retrace to the current position before going upward again, is deemed less probable, as it lacks structural significance. As a precautionary measure, waiting for later in the day is recommended. Around 1.093, there is a consideration for buying on a pullback, maintaining a cautious approach to market dynamics. For the British pound, the current trend appears robust, especially in the context of the daily chart. The GBP has been consolidating at these higher levels for an extended period. On the daily time frame, this consolidation is noteworthy. If there's a breakthrough at this level, it could signify a significant opening in the upside space. Considering this, buying on a pullback is a strategy to explore. The identified level for such a pullback is around 1.273. Regarding today's data, the outlook remains bearish for the US dollar. Shorting on a rebound around 102.55 is being considered. For gold, the bullish sentiment continues with a potential entry point around 2045. In the case of crude oil, a retracement to around 71.8 is viewed as an opportunity for a long position. The euro is also seen as a buy on a pullback, particularly around 1.093. Similarly, the British pound is considered for a long position on a pullback, specifically around 1.273. It's worth noting that Monday markets generally exhibit moderate volatility, and today being a foreign holiday with Martin Luther King Day, there might be an early closure in the euro and US markets. Wishing everyone successful trading.